This is how we have helped over 2,500 athletes become state medalists. This is just in our academy. I'm not talking about our camps, which, we've been doing for exactly 15 years now. We're getting ready to enter 2019. We have 6 weeks of camp a summer. I guess that's 90 camps. We've easily have sold out over 80 of those. So our camps pretty much fill every year, and we have a lot of athletes that come through those who have done pretty tremendous things. A lot of them were really good when they got here, though, obviously. But as far as our academy is concerned, we've had over 2,500 athletes become state medalists, many champs, and here's how. We have a system in place, and we don't deviate. We just course correct. What that means is this. When you look at the positions you find yourself in all the time, and you narrow down the top 2 to 3 techniques from those positions, and you make your athletes drill that thousands of times, you start to become very successful in the sport of wrestling. And healthy dose of building confidence and teaching people how to nurture and build their own confidence. Confidence comes from within. We can give people tools and lots of pats on the back, but ultimately we're in charge of our own confidence. So that's a big part of it as well. People always talk about confidence, and I always say this. I would not be confident on a balance beam, much less trying to do a backflip. Now I can do a backflip, but not on a balance beam, right? Now, a level 9 gymnast, she can do a backflip, probably a double back flip, or with twist and who knows what else on the balance beam. So a lot of confidence also comes from skill, right? So obviously by sticking to a plan and a formula that's been proven to work since 1999, our athletes, their confidence starts to boost as well. So it's sort of a residual sort of effect, or a reciprocating effect, I guess. It kind of comes full circle, doesn't it? Great big dose of focusing on positioning. Positioning just means I would rather win 1-0 than 13-12. Grasp that concept, wrestling will get very easy, okay? And you say, well, we don't want them to win 1-0. I'm like, yeah, I know. I want to pin everybody. But that's not going to happen. There's going to be a handful of kids who I'm just not going to pin, okay? Even Kyle Snyder, the #1 ranked wrestler in the entire planet, has close matches. Your 12-year-old or your 14-year-old high school kid is going to have some close matches. Deal with it. Now, if they're close matches and it's a 13-12 match, he's got problems. He might beat the state champ round 2 and then lose to a JV kid in the semis, okay? So positioning is huge. It's a big part of our program as well. In addition to that, a big dose of hand fighting and moving our feet. So motion is moving your feet primarily without being in a tie-up. And hand fighting is moving your feet while tied up and attacking your opponent's stance, right? We do that through push, pull, hit, pick, post, pass, and fake. 7 core ways to get your opponent's legs. So if you have a system in place that you don't deviate from, and you get it implemented right away, and you make your kids drill that thousands and thousands, and I mean literally thousands of times. Our 24-day challenge, wrestling camp, the kids get over 20,000 reps, right? And if you have kids on a plan, they're going to win. Their confidence is going to soar, and they're going to focus on positioning, which is holding their stance, there's 5 key power positions, and you want to make sure that you stay in those. And focus on learning how to move your feet. You can't be clunky out there, right? For a lack of a better term. Clunky is actually probably a good term. If you know all the stupid moves, but you're clunky, you're not going to win, right? And if you don't know how to move your opponent, we said positioning is very important, right? Positioning keeps my opponent off my legs. It also limits what my opponent can do to me, plus it makes me faster and stronger. So when I'm in a great position, I'm faster and stronger. Just like a track runner who starts down in a low stance on the starting blocks is faster than the kid or athlete who stands straight up and down, right? So their positioning makes them fast. Your positioning in the squat rack makes you stronger. If you have poor technique and form in the squat rack and your feet are close together and you're looking at the mat or the floor while you're squatting weight, you're going to be weak. So positioning makes you faster and stronger. It also limits what your opponent can do to you. So for example, on my feet, if I'm standing up in a big basketball stance with my hands dangling over my head, you're going to be able to get to my legs. So if I buckle down in a great stance, we say feet wide, chest down, or feet wide, touch a mat, don't let them read your shirt. Keep our chest down, keep your right pec over your right knee, keep 60% or so of the weight on your front leg. Then your stance is, you're also in a stance where your opponents don't have a lot of options. So that's one of our 5 power positions. Lastly, wrestling smart. We focus on wrestling smart. And people say, well, you got to wrestle hard. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't say we don't have to wrestle hard. I said focus on wrestling smart, right? We know we have to wrestle hard. You have to work hard if you want to make money. You have to work hard if you want to lose that big belly. You have to work hard if you want to get big biceps. You have to work hard if you want to get a college degree or even your union card in welding or an electrician, like my nephew. He works very hard to try to get that to get past the journeyman and apprenticeship phases and get his card so he can become a union electrician here. He has to work hard. So everyone has to work hard. Duh, right? The focus should be on working smart. So if you have a core system of drills in place and you focus on positioning, hand fighting, and moving your feet and wrestling smart, your wrestling is going to take off. So that's how we have helped. Not necessarily created. All of these athletes have a mom and dad. Some of their dads wrestle. They have other coaches. They go to other camps, right? We're not taking credit. I'm just saying we've helped probably pretty tremendously, actually. A lot of athletes, over 2,500, become state medalists. That's how we've done it. You can see more at purlerwrestling.com. If you're interested, our complete system is there. If not, at least sit down and write down and evaluate, see if any of this resonates and makes sense, and then hopefully you too can take your wrestling career to a new level. Check us out at purlerwrestling.com. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. Check us out at Instagram at Purler Wrestling, Facebook at Purler Wrestling Inc., and at Nick Purler on Twitter. If you have interest in following those channels, there's tons more advice on there as well, not just stupid, silly memes all the time like you get with everybody else. But primarily our YouTube channels where you're going to get a lot of advice besides purlerwrestling.com. And obviously, if you wanted to come to our 17,000 square foot privately owned training center just outside of St. Louis, you could train with us personally. But either way, good luck. Thanks for watching. Good luck to everyone out there.